Hello and a warm welcome to Conny Decorates, the camera guys. Happy to be here again as always. That's right, today we're going all natural again, and this is a completely natural wall decoration idea. And since Christmas is coming up, we've even added a few star anise for a festive touch. We still had those from last year, and if you want to know how it works, stay tuned because we're going to show you now. And these are the things we'll need today. And now if we take a look down here, Micha, I've actually already started today, and what I have here is a canvas. Laura started a painting on it years ago, and I think, though I'm not entirely sure whether it was oil or acrylic, honestly, I'll have to ask Laura, but it was very, very dark with lots of black and green tones. So what I did was just brush over it with chalk paint, and it's still a little bit damp. You can still see, I think, some very faint spots from the black underneath. But that doesn't bother me because I thought before I throw the canvas in the trash, since it was actually supposed to be thrown away because Laura said she didn't want to continue painting it, I thought, no, let's turn it into a decoration, and a completely natural one at that. So let me show you what we'll need today. I have the coconut rope, then I have some pine cones, probably not walnuts, but these are just the bags I still have left over from last Christmas. Then I have this curly moss here, which I think will work really well. And of course, the most important thing today is the green moss. There is moss that has already been treated. That is, as I understand it, it's been shock frozen and treated, which makes it very durable, and it looks great. But I haven't bought anything like that yet. Next year I'll start using it. I'd really like to try it out, but until then we'll use regular moss. And I think I also have a few cinnamon sticks here. And for the stars I really only have just a few left. I'll just get them out now, just a few leftovers from last year, and here we go. Of course, I completely forgot to properly introduce the hot glue gun, and now I'm just going to put a nice substantial dab of glue right in the very middle here, and then carefully take my coconut rope and start attaching it to the top, gently holding it in place for a little bit. Also, a great tip from a subscriber about the thimble. I have to say it's a really, really good idea because sometimes it really does get very hot and you can easily burn yourself. So now I've carefully fixed it securely in the very middle, and now I will gently take the hot glue, go all the way around here once again, and then carefully wrap the rope around it once more, creating a beautiful little spiral. So I would say 1, 2, 3. I've successfully made 3 distinct rings, and now I'll slowly start to create a little deliberate gap. I'll take my hot glue gun here, attach it firmly in this spot, and now I'll bring my coconut rope up on top and carefully fix it in place. I'll hold it steadily for a bit so that it stays perfectly up there, or so that it remains securely in place. And then I will continue. Once that is properly set up, you can quite easily make your way along this particular path here, and I genuinely think this approach works exceptionally well. So I've now gone all the way around here, and the idea now is that I'll go around again with the coconut rope and make a few more borders here. As I work my way outward, I just want to leave some gaps in between each time, and you can really do this however you personally find it looks nice. Most of the time you figure it out as you craft. As I said, this is also my first time doing this today. I somehow had the idea because a subscriber asked me, "Can't you make something with moss?" And I actually had one in the bathroom. Up here you can check it out again in the info box, the one with the succulents. But she wanted a real moss picture, so I started thinking about it, and then this idea came to me when I saw the canvas. So we're just going to try out how this works. Let's see how it works. So, and now up here, I'm going to go ahead and just like I want my spacing to be, I'll use the hot glue and make my circle, then place the rope on top, hold it in place and wait. So now we're going to go around here a few more times, and yes, what's really important is when you're working with the glue, I actually pulled the base for the hot glue a bit closer here, because if it really drips onto the canvas and you remove the glue, the paint will of course come off as well. Of course, you can easily touch it up afterwards, or if you cover it up later, then you won't see it. But it would be annoying if it happens at the top edge where it's exposed, so that's why I pulled it over here a bit. Now I'm going to go around a few more times, leaving a few gaps. Come on, Micha, let's show them. Earlier I was moving pretty slowly like a snail, but now I'm starting to go a bit outside the circle, just to add a bit more liveliness, however you like. And that's what I'm going to do a few more times now. So, and now here, I think that's enough. This is the end, and I just cut it off. And now take the hot glue and press it on here a bit. Look, it's already starting to look a bit floral, but I really like it. So when you're doing this, actual patterns really start to emerge, and that's what makes it so much fun. And the idea is not everyone has such a large canvas. This would have just been waste otherwise, and that's why I used the big one. But you can easily do this with smaller canvases, or maybe even with jute ribbon, but for this size, the coconut fiber is really good. And now we're finished, so I would start with the moss. I'll just grab the moss now. Let's start with this little section here. Now I will carefully take the hot glue and meticulously fill in this noticeable gap, and the beautiful vibrant moss that I have prepared, I will gently place right in here, ensuring it settles perfectly into position. Because I really want it to look nice here, and I'll add a bit of moss there in a moment. I want to keep exactly the same pattern we made with the coconut rope, and that's just wonderful. So it's actually pretty wet here. Dry moss would be good too, of course, but I quite like it this way. Look, that's just wonderful. I really do like it. How do you like it, Micha? Very nice. That's a real piece of natural art. That's cool, isn't it? But I think for spring, this is just perfect as it is. But since we said we wanted it to look a bit autumnal and Christmassy, I think you could actually add a bit more nature to it. And now I've added a few things, and I really think just a few pine cones and these anise stars are really beautiful too, because they're a bit delicate. You can also lay them on the jute string like this. But I think we'll just glue a few pine cones in place with hot glue now, and then we'll take a look at how it turns out. And a few little anise stars, even just halves, I always find really cute too. Personally, I really like them a lot. For me, they just can't be missing from an arrangement or anything like that. And they smell so wonderful, and they really fit in perfectly and blend beautifully with this natural look. And yes, I'm going to add a few more little ones here now. The rest that I still have, well, it's not much. And here it is, the recycled canvas, exactly from Laura, and it's really great. It didn't end up in the trash. A bit of coconut rope and a bit of nature, and you have such a wonderful picture. So, dear ones, we really hope we were able to inspire you today. And of course, we would be very happy to get a thumbs up and comments. We are always, always, always so happy. Thank you again for that. And of course, you can follow us on Instagram or Facebook, where we always share little highlights and stories, and we would be really happy about that. So we're looking forward to the next few days. Now things are really starting to get Christmassy, right, Micha? Yes, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Christmas fan. Christmas fan, yes, he just said that while decorating. He's excited now. He says summer is nice, but Christmas is really cozy and lovely. So, dear ones, see you in a few days. Yours, Connie, and your cameraman, Micha. Exactly. Bye.